This is The Professionals, a podcast by music business technology and broadcast media technology students on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio. In this series, students will interview industry professionals in their respective fields to help gather an idea of what it's like to work in their industry.
Hello, my name is Ian Jackson, and I'm here today with Michael DeSanto. Michael DeSanto, he does filming. He is a executive director, and he's known for being a filmmaker, scriptwriter, and producer at Film Toledo. Michael, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration for getting into filmmaking that's something I've done most of my life. I started out with an old VHS camera, filming different short videos. Later I got into animation. I was living in California for a few years trying to get into the TV animation scene. Came back to Ohio, started working on YouTube videos, short films. That led into feature-length films, independent films. And then eventually that led into me running Film Toledo, which is our regional film commission.
What made you decide to go into this industry?
Like I said, it's something I've always been interested in. I've always been into film, TV, writing. I've published my own book. I've always been interested in the creative scene in general. And that's something I was really focused on when I was in school. And when I got out of school, I just directly tried to get into that industry.
So you're pretty busy.
Always.
So Michael, did you ever run into obstacles or people telling you that you shouldn't do this or anything?
I can be honest and say I didn't always have support in every corner. And a lot of the obstacles usually involve fundraising, trying to make money to create films. In the case of Film Toledo, we're a nonprofit. We're trying to raise money for our operations, and it's a constant challenge.
But you pretty much showed them that you could do it.
I've been stubborn for most of my life. If I have a goal, I'm going to make it happen. My first feature film was a $3,000 budget, and that's just something that really isn't done. And I was stubborn and determined, and I got everybody together and made it happen.
What was the name of your feature film?
It was called Max Anderson Private Eye. Released that back in 2013. Still on YouTube.
I'll take a look on that. What do you see happening in your career future?
Right now, I'm basically trying to just keep things going. As far as Film Toledo, we've been really busy this year trying to get local businesses involved in what we're doing. We've been bringing in productions from outside of Ohio to work on films. We've had a few productions that are going to be filming here at the end of 2022, early 2023, and we're really excited to have those come here.
What skills are most useful in your profession?
Right now, the biggest skill and one I didn't realize that I needed to work on was networking. Going to places, meeting people in person, being passionate about what I want to do and what I want to see the Toledo film industry do. That's the interpersonal skills are a really big part of getting to know somebody and making those deals to work on larger projects is really, really important. So all the technical skill in the world it's great, but being able to reach out to people is even more important.
I have to ask you this one, Michael. Did you ever run into any deadlines that you were close when you were doing filming and production?
All the time. I've done a few films for the Maumee Film Festival. They had their 48-hour film challenges, and those obviously have to get done before the 48 hours are up. And in my case, the times that I did those, I was also working. So I only had one day out of the 2 days to make the film. And the first one that I did was I got that done in about 27 hours. So I had the deadline from the film festival, and then the deadline was I also have to go back to work. It was a really, really tough deadline.
What advice would you give students that plan to go into that field?
I always tell people, especially students, to see what's happening in your community. educate yourself as much as possible. There's so many resources now. For example, right now we have our actors workshop where we bring people together once a month. It's every third Thursday of the month at the main library downtown Toledo, and we talk to them about the film scene in the area, the acting scene, how to audition, how to get into agencies, and discuss different acting techniques, like film acting versus theater acting, how they're different, and really trying to educate people on how to do that the right way. So education is, really, really key to moving forward.
Do you have a long-term goal related to your career?
The long-term goal is similar to the short-term goal, which is to keep the film commission going, to keep my own career moving, because it's something where it involves a lot of momentum. So connecting with people, connecting with businesses, getting films here on a regular basis, growing our film industry, you have to keep moving in order to make that happen. So I'm looking at some of our goals, which are next year goals, 2023 goals. We have some goals that we're thinking 5-year long-term goals. So I'm always thinking about that.
Were there courses that you regret not taking?
Here at Owens, my goal was to get into the graphic design side of things. So the commercial art courses that I took, covered that really well. With my own film education, a lot of that was self-taught. So I wouldn't say I regret not getting into the film side of things, but I've learned a lot just from being here.
What kinds of hands-on opportunities were available to you in college or as you were learning your craft?
So a lot of the opportunities that I had were actually opportunities that I made for myself. I bought my own camera. I started out making little short YouTube videos and short films. Everything that I did, I had to basically scrounge up the materials to do myself. Now, going to school, that was a little different because that was involving graphic design. So a lot of the tools are, really the computers and the up-to-date software involved. And on the film side of things, film school is great for certain things. In other cases, you have to do a lot of things and learn a lot of things yourself. You're wearing a lot of hats. The hands-on part of it is just learning how to do things as you do them and keep going.
My name is Ian Jackson, and this was Michael DeSanto. He does filming. He is a executive director, and he's known for being a filmmaker, scriptwriter, and producer at Film Toledo. Michael DeSanto, thank you for your time, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening.
This has been the Professionals Podcast by Music Business Technology and Broadcast Media Technology students. Join us next time on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio.